God damn it. Oh, anyway, that happened. So I clicked on this earlier, and for some reason when I loaded in, the game was paused, and I don't know why. I loaded in just briefly to see where the fuck this was, just to see what the fuck I was doing, right? Yeah, anyway, that's still there, but everything was paused. Like, nobody, the little, like, ZEDs and stuff weren't moving at all, and I'm like, I don't know if this is loaded or not. But anywho, I did decide who I'm gonna sacrifice, by the way, for this. If I need to sacrifice somebody, I'm gonna sacrifice Wolf, because we now have a character for Wolf. Although Wolf does like cooking and animals, so I'm not super thrilled with that, but I'm gonna put them at risk first. Let's just playing some Underground 2 with some add-on cards. How about you? Oh yeah, sounds fun. Yeah, I'm alright. I didn't get a lot of sleep today, and I kind of feel sick from some food that I ate earlier, so I'm not like doing the best, but you know, as always, you know, it could be worse. And yeah, RimWorld's always nice. So I know that I'll chill out for a little bit, and then we'll fight wherever they are, this group later. And then I'll be back up into my intensity of like uncomfortable again. So I'm waiting a little bit. I'm waiting a little bit at the moment for some medicine to kick in so I don't feel so horrible. And I'm waiting for some of my guys to get home so that I don't have to deal with that right now while I feel like crap. So yeah, that's about where I am. I also have like a whole heap of like schedule changes that are happening in April. I'm thinking that it might actually just be easier for me to do like a full month like image kind of thing for you guys to be able to see, because there's a lot of chopping and changing around in April. Initially we've got like the 2 movie nights on the weekends, and we've got the TV watch party and stuff, so that's like additional days and crap. But I've also got like several days in and around that where I won't be streaming because I'll be in hospital and shit. So I only just found out this morning, so I literally didn't know. That's going to disrupt the schedule a little bit, but I'll figure it all out, and when I know what I'm doing, hopefully by the weekend I can maybe create some kind of an artwork for that, so that you guys can kind of see what's coming next month schedule wise and stuff, because I've done my best to update Twitch schedule page, but it doesn't really display it properly, I've noticed. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at the moment. Is there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think that's just upsetting my stomach at the moment, which is why the food was like earlier. Oh, you guys are finally old enough to get more training on. Nice. What else was I gonna do with you guys? I wanted to have a look at my animals, because if I need to, I will cull some animals. I'm thinking I have a supreme quantity of like ducks and crap. I've got a couple of guinea pigs now. I just took in guinea pigs with the view that like their pelts are pretty expensive. So I'm kind of hoping that even though they don't produce much meat, I might be able to at least gain some monetary value out of their furs if my people don't use them. And I don't know if I can specifically say don't use that. Yeah, I can. I don't want you guys to use guinea pig fur at all, and I do want them to use like Rombo and stuff. There's certain stuff like they shouldn't be using human leather for anything, but anyway, I'll leave guinea pig fur off the list for some of these things. It's going to take a little bit of stopping and starting this, even if it's just one bench that they're not allowed to use. I did this for cotton. Where did that go? There. It's such a in-between color. I look at like heavy fur and stuff, and the fox fur is bright, and I just don't see it in between it. But yeah, this won't be perfect across them all, but I'm thinking if I could keep the guinea pig fur, I can sell it, and per its size, it's like $7, I think, per, I don't know what you call these things, like bales kind of thing, reams. I would I would imagine that these would be like bolts. Bolts or reams of fur, leather. I don't know. Like bolts sounds like fabric to me, so. But anyway, all it's going to do is it's going to leave a little bit more of the valuable shit for us. Kind of like how I removed the ability for them to use Devil Strand for a while. And I do think that they are using it in the clothing now, which is fine. I do want some of my people to have some Devil Strand gear. Okay. But these benches up here, whatever, if they make them on those, fine. I'm not thrilled, but I have a couple of benches that are down, so it's about a half and half ratio across all of my overall benches. So that's fine with me. Starvation, Keg's literally in a mental state, so that's why he's starving. I think that was a boomalope. And Tranka, what's your beef? Locust psychic drone. Oh yeah, that's right. They're all gonna get salty because of the thing here. I don't have one of those pulsar things, do I? Actually, hold on. It's only near the top. That's what I found. If I don't have it, I don't have it. I don't have it. It's fine. I just sort of quickly checked that. Okay. That kind of sucks because they're gonna get a little upset. But you guys... I think these two... that's right. Those two are coming home. This one's not the one I'm talking about. Okay. So you have 16 colonists on you. You've got 5 colonists. That will give me the majority of my people. And I don't know if that's a day or 2 away from them getting home. The other thing I have to do is, because I have that out there in the ocean, near the ocean, is I kind of have... Actually, you know what I could do? Yeah, it just occurred to me. I wonder if... I mean, I definitely have the steel and the components. Hold on a ticket. I just had a thought. I never bothered to do this, but what if I added turrets nearer to them? Like spread out turrets. Hold on. I'll just disassemble these later. They will probably destroy them. I want layers so they can't quite hit them. I've never even considered doing this, and I don't know why I've never considered doing this, but like, why the fuck wouldn't I? I think if they're this close, they might get destroyed like immediately, but it could take the pressure off the rest of it. Get another one like there and up there. I mean, it's not a perfect solution, but why not put extra guns here? I have the steel, I have the components, I'm not going to recover everything. I could take them from elsewhere on my map, but I do not want to impair what I have elsewhere in case something walks in. This is a curious idea. I wonder why I've never really thought of doing this. Usually, I guess I just don't have that much surplus steel and components available, maybe? That should be spread out enough. I might be too close to all of them there. Yeah, that one's going to be too close. I think that's spread out enough. I could probably drop one there. Might be a bit too close to the other turret. Let me just get rid of that one. So, I wonder if I could make one back here. I don't know if making this shit around them is going to piss them off. It could wake them up. Alright. Now, I also want to have a whole heap of grid. I'll delete this shit later. Trinket is having a tantrum. I want to supply power as best I can throughout this whole place. Like I said, I'll get rid of these later. My thoughts are, if they have multiple little areas, like I said, I don't know how close I can get to that. We'll find out. Okay, that should connect me at least a few rows. So if one part goes down like in between here or something like that, I should be able to still connect. I'd honestly rather just have like a whole shit ton of lines coming up here so that they still have lots of power. Because why the hell not? I should have a whole heap of builders out here. I'm just going to save this. There's my Asora, tentative. Cool. I'm going to give this a crack, because why not? Like, it's going to take about as long as everybody to get home. I don't know how many I put down. 32, 33 turrets. No, more. I put down 34 additional turrets. Right. Most of them are probably going to get blown up. I'm okay with that. Keg, why are you sleeping in the fridge, dude? Hold in there. Also, Augury is moving incredibly slow. Are you okay? Hold on. What's going on with you? Spine, bad back, and torso's frail. That's okay. I should see if I can get her a new spine. Combat supplier. Cool. So, yeah, I do want that. Hold on. Let me just save that over that tentative. I kind of want to bring all my saves up to this, but I want to leave Asora 2 back a while in case this shit goes, like, hits the fan. But I can always, like, roll back to, I can always roll back to night. Okay. Yeah. Seahorse, Lagren. Not you guys that I want to do trade. Lumi could have some. Silverware should. Yeah, you're a social at 12. You can go call them. A combat supplier, there's not much I have here that I could trade with a combat supplier. I have got some shit gear. They usually won't buy like clothes and random furniture, so I'm kind of up shit creek with that because a lot of my valuables are out currently in like my furthest away caravan at the moment. And I've almost sold out of them. So we'll see how that goes. I'll have some of my drink. Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of excited about this now that I just never done it before. I'm like, why haven't I? Actually, you know what? I could squeak another. Oh, hold on. Yeah, components, medicine. I actually have quite a lot of stable penoxycyllin. I haven't been selling it, but they haven't been using it, and I haven't been making it anymore, so it's kind of good. So I do want to buy stuff from you. I have a bit of gold, but I don't want to trade that. You have all kinds of gear like this stuff. I wouldn't mind throwing some of that in here. I do have a few miniguns. Let's look for the shit quality guns that I own. Let's get them out of here. Get rid of my normals. Because basically at the moment, almost every single person in my colony has a weapon. So I'm not really too worried. Like, a couple of people will have dropped their weapons. I need to make more EMP launchers, to be fair. Which, by the way, if that's dropped, then somebody has dropped it. What are those? Just because it's in the stack and it says normal doesn't mean that they're all normal, by the way. Sometimes it does and sometimes it's not. But I have quite a number of random weapons that I could sell, because my people, they should smelt, but they don't smelt, you know? Yeah, so I end up with like a lot of space taking items, and I'd love to recover the metal, but I know they're not going to do it. Still Gladius and a spear. That's almost taking me up to about even. I've got 170 coin myself. I would love to get like some of these right now. Be really nice. I do have 2 normal miniguns, and I think 1 would be enough to sell. But by the look of it, I've got 3 EMP launchers on the ground. So I need to go look at that. You guys take that. Alright, let me save that. Okay. Might as well bring up both those saves because they'll start making shit. So I was going to tuck another one up in here and down at the bottom. If I can. Just make... It's a couple... I don't want to be so close that there's a high chance I'm going to absolutely damage the power lines. Like, there's a couple of them for sure, but I should have a lot of direct lines if they don't take out my solar panels, you know? So that one's actually really close, but that's okay. Okay, So if I send out one person, they wake them up, they have all this shit, most of them should get shot. If I have my people further back, I should be able to fight them relatively okay. The dashies in a daze. I should actually be able to. Now I'm looking at it. I can stand out here too, by the look of it. I should have this on like a multi-grid situation, realistically. But this is fine as long as I've got one like line semi-connecting some. Masterwork, awesome. I'm not sure if these couple on the end here are going to reach, but I don't care. Extra turrets. Free turrets to everybody. That might be too close that way. It's probably... might be far enough away from some of it. Okay, so what are you breaking, Tadashi? You are trying to break a table. Or you just broke food. Which, to be fair, is actually a more critical... Oh. Who woke up who out here? How? Hold on. How did you guys wake them? I kind of want to see that, actually. Is it because they're building too close? It could be because they're building too close. It could be waking them. Mind you, I don't mind putting like a barrage turret situation out there because that middle spot is shit. And like with the back area, if I could avoid them like landing there as often, that would be great. Like shove them one end or the other. I could deal with them really well at one end or the other at this map. So what happened? Was there something to hunt out here? There is the squirrel. I did say leave that one alone. Leave that one alone. Because I did say if we hunt a certain type of creature that's over here, it will run up into this. Now, Enge, I'm guessing that the stuff on this end is maybe too far in. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And all that. Might be Nikki might have been going to wake him up. Maybe if you construct right next to them, it's too much. I haven't done this before, so I am just curious. Turk's going in. What did you do? Cleaning building rubble. Nobody's awake yet. I wonder if a punch-up occurred over here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this, because if it's a matter of cleaning, I can unallocate the area, because there's the 4 people up in here, apart from Nikki. Nikki's the only one I removed, and she was building. But all 4 of you were here. Whales out on the water, this is when they woke up. Must have been a construction thing. Nope. What did you do, mate? Mate. Okay. No cleaning allowed in that corner. Just no cleaning. Okay, I'll remove them from being able to clean that area, hopefully. I'm guessing they're getting too close to it. Also, I did end up working out with 7 days to die why my turrets don't fire too. Speaking of turrets, is I figured out that I forgot to lock my ammo. So that was the thing. Okay, I want to cancel up to here. I want to get this specific one cancelled there. Now zones, clear home area. This right now is not a concern. Okay. So I don't want anybody to get any closer than that to them at the moment. Let's try this. And that is a tentative. And I'll see what happens to them now. Because they shouldn't want to come out here and clean. I think when they got in amongst here, I'm sure that they just cleaned and they were kind of like too close, too many kind of thing. Because there is like, there's 4 of those guys in there. And there was at least 2, count maybe 3, up close in that corner as well. So, you know, several might be too many. That doesn't have hauling on it. We'll see how they go. Also, don't hunt that. Okay, hold on. Let's just fix that up. So I am not sure if these will wake them up, but we'll see. I would like to have as many of my turrets as possible in this area. I don't have all the extra ones that I designated to build just then. It's okay. I don't think they'll get, I mean, they might get this far down, but I don't think that they should get that far down, you know? This is almost kind of fun because I'm like, I just haven't done this before, you know? I don't know why I've never just done this before. This makes perfect sense to me. I think I could fit that one there. Might be a bit too close to the two of them. It's too close to the lineup for sure. Yeah. Alright. If I was to leave this here, what does this look like and how far does it span? This side up here may be too high. I wonder if this adds enough turrets to make it the same as the opposite side. Just get... Okay, it's going to grab one extra there. I can just undo you. Oh, it's the center area. So I think the other side has about 118. Something like that. Let's grab all this. Alright, and I want to unselect those. We have 79 on this side if I were to leave that. Versus this side's going to be fucking nightmare. Don't say don't on that, bastard. Alright, so I don't want to select all of them. I gotta do this individually. God damn it. I think I have more on the back side of this and the bottom corner than I do out in that area. Let's see. It's like 70 odd. I think I have an ally hanging around out the back there. I could have done that better. I could have not crept up as high and then I could have like manually grabbed that, but that's just me, so that's fine. Alright. So, let's get all of these unselected. I got one over here. It'll be about the same, which is concerning because if they're about equal, the back end of this area will be just as bad, but... Oh shit, Hazel. As far as this area goes, I wouldn't mind leaving this little grid here. I'll probably get rid of that bit because that would push them to land up here. That would push them to land down here if they were to attack. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, when they raid from the sea. They just walk up out of the sea, shit like that. Or when they drop pod in and they're ready to go. When they're asleep like this, it doesn't matter. It will start probably putting them in here. Because it's the only place I don't have turrets. That's how I can see that going. What are you doing, Asora? Oh no, I got a pat Asora. There we go. Alright. So, I should probably keep my eyes over there anyway. Just to keep an eye on the building. At least they've got something to do while my group is returning home. And I can't make them happier, so this is just the best we can do. But it does mean that I can keep, when I do get ready, battle ready, I can keep my people down here and I can keep my people up there if I want to spread them out, or I can put them all down one way and make them walk through this crap, and I can keep running down through my turrets if I want. So I could definitely do that. I could run down through my turrets. I have 4 of my originals over here working on this, by the way. All 4 of my originals are here. So apparently that's not too close yet. Yeah, I quite like this. I've thought of this only once in the past. I thought of it like long after a battle happened. It was a terrible battle. I think it was when we were at Quillen when we had this kind of steel. And after the fact, I realized I could have done something like this. And it just went in the back of my mind and I never did anything with it ever again. But I should be able to do crap like this. Like, as long as most of these got power, I'm willing to turn off my grow lights up here just long enough to retain the power. Down here can probably stay because that's not going to use nearly as much as up the top of the base. That should be enough to compensate for the power I need to keep all of these on. Oh yeah. Go for it, Trina. We weren't trading with you anyway. Also, since nothing's attacked them yet and I could up my save, I wanted to... Oh no, I already have changed this over to rice. Because I was looking at this before and I have like 7,000 cotton. And I have cotton rooms still. And they are changing the potato. Great. Because I was going to say, I'm like, I need food. And the only way we were getting cotton was in areas where the animals weren't eating them. Which means that I could have that much also in food. So I had to change that over. And I just couldn't remember if I did that the other week or not. But yeah, I changed it over. There's like a little chocolate tree grove down here, so the animals can never eat it. So when we harvest it, it will just sit on the ground. It's an open air slot. That one will stay open all year round. Stuff like that. Like this patch here, totally okay with my thrombos eating this. This is outside for that reason. It doesn't get planted too often. My people will happily replant it, and I don't have a lot of food out here for my thrombos. My guinea pigs are also on this run, and the megasloth and the one rhino. So yeah, they're all out here. But yeah. Partway there. Most of these have got... What are they waiting on? They've got the components. They've got most of their steel. Yeah, it looks like... Some of them are just waiting on steel, but I've got 22,000 steel, so I know we have enough steel. I was mostly concerned about the components. And yes, if they destroy the turret, I lose the steel, I lose the component. Or at least I lose, like, the component. I lose a little bit of steel, I think. But that's okay. I don't mind that. We can make more if this keeps the majority of my people alive and mostly in health. I would consider this a collateral win, honestly. Especially if it meant that I didn't have to, like, re-roll the save. Cat's got sick from infection. Oh, so we took Cat prisoner. Oh, one of my caravans nearly home. We took Cat prisoner for, like, no other reason than they were available. And I could take them. I didn't need her. But I am going to risk Wolf. Like, it would be great if I could grab somebody like this and just be like, hey, cool, join our group, go out there, die, kind of thing. If I was going to do that, which I did look at this because I did take in new people very recently. I don't know about Cricket. I like the name. I think it's awesome. Cricket. Actually, he's a really good candidate to send outside. I mean... I'd rather actually send Cricket than Wolf. That's not a bad idea. I've never really sacrificed my people for stuff. Like, Joyce and Johnson also have, like, a huge range of things that they cannot do. Cricket could learn. Johnson he's got really high social. I should be trading with him, realistically. I don't know if there's anything he can be doing that's going to keep that social up higher. This is fine for the moment. Caravans arrived. One of my caravans are here. Cool. And Joyce. Joyce is already pretty thick in with the animals, and I do need people for animals. But I could walk Cricket out. It would be unfortunate, mate. What have you got on you? A recon helmet that's mostly good. A legendary minigun. And recon armor. He actually has a really bad